All right, well, this week on the Inside the Icehouse podcast, our Lance Glynn sat down with Christian Kleinerman, Executive Vice President of Product for NYSE-listed Snowflake. And as the conversation gets underway, of course, they first talk about some of the company's newest innovations, including Snowflake's Cortex AI for financial services. Let's take a look.
The thesis of Snowflake all along has been about helping organizations get value out of their data. Of course, that has to be governed with security and privacy at the forefront. And we live in times where AI is disrupting almost all activities around us. And the most interesting thing is that in the enterprise, AI is powered by data. At the end of the day, you can get lots of results from a generic LLM model, asking questions, getting responses. But if you want to put it in the context of an enterprise, it all comes down to data, and companies wanted to do it with that security and with that privacy in mind. So what we set out to do was to say, how do we bring AI into companies' secure perimeter, the area where they have already entrusted Snowflake with the data? And that's where Cortex AI comes in.
As the conversation continues, Lance and Christian talk about the importance of making the complexities of AI simple, allowing customers to use the products without worrying about the intricacies that drive the back end of the technology.
That philosophy is the ethos, for lack of a better word, of all of Snowflake. If you look at how we started with simple primitives like compute, if you look at maybe the cloud providers, they have hundreds of different instance types. And when we first introduced Snowflake, which is 10 years ago that it went in general availability, we said, we don't have all these instance types. We have small, medium, large, extra large, to extra large. And that same philosophy that we did for compute, we brought it for many other things. We brought it for administration. We brought it for upgrades. And that same philosophy has carried forward to AI. When a customer of Snowflake wants to leverage AI in the context of the data, they don't need to think about where is the model hosted and did they get GPUs and did they have the right security controls in place. All of that is just faulted, and we just let them ask questions of the data with AI. So that philosophy applies to AI, but most important, to everything we've done at Snowflake since day one.
Now, as the episode winds down, they talk about Snowflake's development since, of course, its blockbuster NYSE IPO, and how a true customer focus has allowed it not only to grow revenue, but influence.
At the center of Snowflake, there's true customer focus. I've seen organizations that are building products based on their gut, or they're building products based on the need for innovate, and we know better than customers, and at some point they'll see the light. I don't think there's any of that. We have a clear thesis on how we want the world of data to evolve. We want this connected ecosystem of data participants. But beyond that long-term direction, we innovate with our customers. We think of many of our customers as partners. I truly am on speed dial basis with dozens and dozens of customers. And that's how we know that what we're innovating and building in the product adds value to them. And they also, as customers, understand that we've got their back.
All right. Thanks again to Christian Kleinerman of Snowflake. And a reminder to tune in each week for a new episode of the Inside the Icehouse podcast. They drop Monday mornings, and you can watch and listen wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, by scanning the QR code on your screen.